Hi, welcome to A Beginner's Guide to Proper Breathing. My name is Ricky, and today we'll be discussing how to breathe properly and why it's important. Now, before you turn off this video, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, listen, no offense, but I've got this handled. I've been breathing my entire life, haven't stopped once. What could I possibly be doing wrong? Well, we've got a little test at the end of this video for you to do a little self-assessment. But first, let's talk about breathing. So when we look at your body, you can typically go about 3 weeks without food, only 3 days without water, but just 3 minutes without oxygen. So take a moment and just think about that, how important that is, how critical it is to sustaining our life. And then when we look at what's happening, we're breathing oxygen in, it's going into our bloodstream, to our muscles, it's being burned in aerobic respiration, and then carbon dioxide is created and exhaled. So we're exchanging that gas. Then when we look at how we're breathing, when we breathe in through your nose, the air gets filtered, it gets warmed, and it gets sent down to your lungs at close to your body temperature. If you breathe in through your mouth, that's not happening. It's not getting nearly the amount of filtration, and you're breathing in cooler air, which can lead to things like asthma. So when we just want to take a moment and think about how we want to optimize our breath, if we want to take some breathing practices, we're going to sit up nice and tall, or you can do this standing with a nice tall spine, shoulders rolled back, and we'll just begin with a long inhale through your nose and then out through your nose. Let's do that again. In through your nose and out through your nose. And now I'd like you to put one hand on your belly. And a lot of times when we breathe into our chest fills up, the lungs expand, but we don't breathe all the way down into our belly. So we want to really engage that diaphragm, open everything up, take a big breath in and feel the belly expand up against the hand. And then when you exhale, the same thing going out, let that hand fall back down. One more time, big breath in, big breath out. Now that's the physiological side of what's happening, about getting air in the optimized way, getting air that's warmed and filtered into your body. But there's also the stress benefit. So breathing doesn't just deliver oxygen to our body, it can also activate different aspects of our nervous system. So when we take big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, it activates our parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest and digest nervous system. That's where our metabolism kicks in, our body can do all of the repair and recovery it needs, because truthfully, it's not worried about anything else. It's calm, it's relaxed, and it can do the things that it needs to do to maintain itself. The other mode, the sympathetic nervous system, is your fight or flight, and that activates anytime you get stressed, whether it's a bear chasing you in the woods or a deadline you have to hit at work. Your body doesn't necessarily know the difference, and there's a lot of other health effects that can result from being engaged in the sympathetic nervous system for too long. That's why it's going to be really important for us to take those deep breaths, keep our body calm, keep our body in that parasympathetic nervous system so that all of the other processes that need to take place can take place. So now we get to the breathing exercise. What I'm going to do is count up on your inhale, and then we're going to count down on your exhale. So before we do anything, just take a few deep breaths, and we're going to start with empty lungs. I'm going to count you down 3, 2, 1, and then go. And when I say go, I want you to start breathing in. So those first 3, 2, 1, that's where you get all of the air out of your lungs. And then I'm going to count up, and I want you to see how long you can maintain your inhale. Just see what number you stop being able to fit more air into your lungs. So here we go. We're going to go in 3, 2, breathe that air out, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're still going, you're great, keep going, but If you couldn't get to 4, if you breathed all the air that you could fit in before the count of 4, this is something we want to be working on. We're going to do the same thing with your exhales, okay? So I'm going to count you down 3, 2, 1. I want you to fill your lungs up. And then when I say go, we're going to start breathing out slowly, and we're going to see how long you can maintain that exhale for. So here we go. In 3, 2, fill up the lungs. 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. You might have found that a little bit easier. It's easier to meter out the air coming out of our lungs than it is going in. But still, if you were having trouble getting to 4 or 5 or 6 and you're running out of air, this is something we want to work on. And that just comes with practice. So doing these 10 deep breaths in, 10 deep breaths out, that can be a way to really work on your aerobic capacity. We're going to do this one more time. Now that you know the drill, now that you know what we're thinking about and looking for, go ahead and sit up nice and tall or stand. Focus on getting all of the air out on the 3 count down. So here we go. 3, 2, breathe all the air out. 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Did you beat your score from last time on the inhales? If so, that's great. That's something we can keep working on. If you're still having trouble, definitely contact one of our coaches, and maybe there's something else, an obstruction or something going on that we want to look into. We're going to do the same thing again with the exhale. So again, on the 3 count down, fill the lungs up. Here we go. In 3, 2, breathing in, 1, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. So now that we've discussed how to breathe properly, why it's important, and done a little practice, I want you guys to take this with you. Think about it through your day. Think about how you feel right now after just taking a few deep breaths over these last few minutes. Hopefully you're feeling a lot better, and that's something we want to keep going as much as possible.